Hi everyone, welcome to DT's Premiere where technical drawing is made simple. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to support the channel and help reach more students. Let's begin. For this video, we will be constructing a 75-degree angle. But before we get into it, we want to identify or locate where that 75-degree angle is so we can know what base angles to construct to get that 75-degree angle. So using my protractor, I'm going to search for 75. So 0, and we're going all the way around. I see 70, I see 80, which means that 75 is in the middle of both of these. So it's right here. Also, with that, we can identify what the opposite of 75 is going to be. So the opposite of 70 is 110 and the opposite of 80 is 105. So in the middle of 100 and 110 is 105 because 5 would be the midpoint. So 75 is right here and then 105 would be the opposite. However, remember 105 is an angle that is obtuse, meaning it's greater than 90. So it could never be on this side because it would be an acute. So we go over to this side, we identify the 100 and the 110. So the point in between is 105. Now to get our 75 on this side, we need to identify two base angles that it's in between. Now, if I should go over here, I see 70, 80. All right, I go over 5, 70, 5, 80. Now if I should go over again, I see 60, and then from 80 I'm going over 90. So we can say that 75 is in the middle of the base angles 60 and 90. All right, so we're going to construct that now. First I need to draw the length of the line that has been given. And the length of the line that has been given to me is 5 centimeters. This needs to be a light line. Label A, label B. Now I'm going to place a point on the line. My point is in the middle because I wasn't given any other instructions. All right, then I'm going to take the compass, place the point where that midpoint is, open to a convenient radius, meaning not too small, not too wide. Lightly, I'm going to press my compass against my workspace, and I'm going to take my time and go over to create a semicircle. Now, in order to create my 60-degree, we keep the same radius, meaning we don't open it, we don't close it. Then I'm going to scribe an arc, and this arc is my 60-degree. Using your ruler and your pencil, you would draw a line that goes through the middle of that point. Then now I need to construct my 90-degree, and we learned how to do this. So we open to greater than the semicircle, and then keep the same radius, scribe, put it on the other side, keep the same radius, and scribe again. Now that we have done that, we can draw a light line using the ruler and pencil, and this is our 90-degree. Now that we have our 90 and our 60, we need to get our 75. To get our 75, it's the same bisecting angle concept. We're going to bisect between 60 and 90. So using the two common points on the semicircle. So the common point on the semicircle for the 60 is right here. So let me just place a point there. And for this 90 is right here. So those are the points that we're going to use. So scribe using light lines, scribe, and then right here, and then scribe. Where they meet, which is right here, we're going to draw a line using your ruler and your compass, and this is how we get 75. So this is our 75-degree angle. And because the question asks for 75, we need to ensure that that line is dark. So 75 should be dark. And from the point to B. All right, this is because this part would have been 0 degrees. Right here would have been 0 degrees. So we're going from 0 to 75. So that's from here to here. All right, so that's the reason why everything else should remain light. Now let us do 105, which is the opposite of 75. I'm going to do it on the other side. So I'm going to first draw a line that is 5 centimeter again. I'm going to label A, label B. Now placing the point on the line, let me do that again. Too high. Let's do that again. All right. Taking my compass, placing it at the point, opening it to a convenient radius, meaning not too wide, not too small. I'm going to scribe my semicircle. All right. Let me do that again. I have to take my time so my compass doesn't run away. Now, because it's on the opposite side, we need to get the opposite of this angle right here, which would have been 60. And we would have known that the opposite of 60 is 120. So to create 120, keep the same radius. And we scribe and cut our semicircle. Now, what we need to do next is to create our 90-degree angle. So we open to greater than the semicircle. Scribe. Now we're going to use our ruler and pencil to draw a line to get our 90 and to draw a line for our 120. We want 105, which is the opposite of 75. So there's a point right here. There's going to be a point right here and right here. All right, these are what we're going to use to bisect to get our 105. Now, to bisect means cutting it in half or finding the geometrical center. So we're finding the center that is between 120 and 90. And that is how we're going to get our 105. So I scribe on that side and I scribe on this side. And then I'm going to draw a line. You should use your ruler and pencil for this part in the middle, and this is 105 degrees. Now the question asks for 105, which means that we are going to darken from this line to the end of 105 and going all the way back to B. All right, notice that this side is not dark, okay? That is because you are actually coming from here, which would have been 0 degrees, and going all the way over to here, which is 105. That is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.